Hello and welcome to a game called Don't Eat the Cashier. This was made by, I believe their names are Milof and Ave Dementia. Sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly, but the description reads, "Congratulations, you've just landed a night shift at a gas station for minimum wage. Spooky enough already, but your customers tonight aren't exactly human. Meet talkative monsters, flirt with an eldritch being, pet a werewolf, and try not to end up on the menu. Your choices shape relationships and endings, from romantic to nightmarish." Which, I mean, sounds good to me if it sounds good to you. Let's start. What am I pressing? She, her. Choose your body type. Okay. It's cute. Your body type 2. What's your name? My name is Synthra. Yeah, I love how it keeps telling me all the things that I've picked. That's funny. Sometimes I really wonder, how did I end up here? Not that I dreamed of a career as a neurosurgeon or an astronaut, but for crying out loud, working at a gas station? On the other hand, money is money. What is that? What is that? What is that? There's a lot already to look at here. Hello. I didn't scream, I couldn't move. My brain feverishly tried to find any category for this in its database. Hallucination, psychosis, too many energy drinks. What is happening? A typical middle manager? Oh look, it's got a tie on. The monster from my nightmare stirred. Its tentacles crept closer to the counter. Oh my god. The creature made a sound. Not from a mouth, it had none. The sound emanated from deep within its bulk, hollow, profound bone shaking. What? Oh. Bob. Greetings, organism. I am Bob, the indescribable and terrifying consumer of worlds. But you, grain of sand, may call me Manager Bob. Okay? Memorize the rules of this establishment, for my patience is as limited as the salary I offer you. Okay, can we take this picture down? I hate it. Rule number 1. You sell, no matter what, chicken food for the mouth, gremlin fuel, noodles made from cursed souls. Lottery tickets for extra limb raffles. Discount rot. Ritual foil. Everything must be sold. We're still going on with these rules. Rule number 2. Be polite to customers. Ignore bald spots in werewolf fur and watch out for drafts when ectoplasmic energetic entities are in this store. Oh. He suddenly places a jar in front of me on the counter. Is that my tip jar? And the last rule, remember, organism, this tip container must be filled with money by the end of your wake cycle. If the bottom of the jar is visible, you will clean the sanitary rooms with this object in the dimension of absolute horrors and suffering for 2,510 years. A fork? I couldn't take my eyes off the fork, the potential tool of my eternal servitude. At this moment, my mind fully capitulated. Yes, I was hired by a multi-eyed cosmic architect squid. Yes, my clients will be non-humans. Yes, I am being threatened with a fork and eternal toilet cleaning. How could anyone clean anything with a fork? That's what I'm saying. The same will happen if you even think of escaping before the end of your work contract. Okay, I just would really love to work. Do you understand? Yep. Yes, sir. Acceptable. Oh, he liked that. Okay. Goodbye, organism. Good luck in your currency acquisition and button pressing. Could you show me how exactly do I press the buttons? Point at the buttons on the vending machine. I got it. I can handle it all, I'm sure. Your willingness to fulfill your work duties deserves my emotional approval. Can you leave? Human entity, you are acceptable. Thanks. If you need a monetary reward instead of an emotional one, you need to immediately reconsider your moral compass. Greed is a highly condemned trait for a human organism. This concludes the briefing. Finally. Remain as polite an organism as you are. He didn't turn around as a human would. His tentacles simply shifted his entire mass in another direction with a soft gurgling sound as he waddled across the linoleum. Okay, is this the entire... Do I have a view of, like, the entire store? This is tiny ass. Finally, he left me alone. I feel that. The silence at the gas station was broken only by the hum of refrigerators containing juicy juices and the buzzing of the neon lamp above my head. Alright, when's our first customer? I'm excited to see these werewolves and extraterrestrial entities, or whatever the heck they were called. Oh. Oh no, don't tell me that's the first customer. Who? Where? Bells? What the hell? Oh. Oh. Hello? Where the hell did this clown come from? Why is he all up in my face like that? Can you step back, sir, please? It took great effort not to look away from it. Oh, why is the music scary? It took great effort not to look away from those red eyes burning in the pitch-black darkness. Oh, is he amused? Is he wondering if I'm tasty? Bob didn't exactly give any guarantees that I wouldn't get devoured at work. My brain, still recovering from the encounter with Bob, was frantically trying to figure out how to break this ringing silence. Please don't eat me, I'm just a miserable, tasteless cashier. Good evening, sir. What would you like to purchase? Isn't it strange that I work at a gas station for a couple of bucks, yet you are the one who wears the jester's hat? Who is picking that? You can't just appear with the sound of a creepy piano. Let's be normal. Let's be normal. Good evening, sir. What would you like to purchase? Oh. Hey. You come here often. Purchase? I'd like to purchase your attention. It's free. Behave. That's okay. I suppose that's free. It's sort of included in the service package. I suppose it's free. Make a wink, but only for you, sir. You're lucky, esteemed sir. My attention is on sale today. I'm not sure that's on the sales list. However, there's plenty of other things. What would you like to purchase? I think this is like so desperate. I think you're lucky, esteemed sir. My attention is on sale today. I feel like that's like a jokey kind of... I feel like this is the most fine answer. He liked it! Ah, a bargain. But is it wise to put your best merchandise on discount? Why is this guy coming on so heavy? What is this? Anyway, I adore good bargains, especially when they're absolutely unfair. In a truly fair world, my dear soul, you'd be worth more than $6 an hour. Is that how much I'm making? Holy... How much are you gonna offer me? I'll take 7. Can a mere piece of paper reflect your uniqueness? Can even 6 of them? Not even 20 could. Are you offering me more than 20? I'll take it. And I wouldn't mind 20 extra pieces of measly paper. Sigh. My god, another crazy person with a strange way of speaking. And it seems he's in the mood for a chat. So what is this beautiful, charming lady like you doing in a dreadful, dirty island of misfortune? Or rather, what is a place like this doing with such a charming lady as you? Oh wait, where are my manners? I suppose I must introduce myself. I have many names, most of which are not fit to be spoken in the company of a lovely lady. The nicest I've heard is the Mad King, a title I plan to pass from me to myself for the coming centuries. What does that mean? Are you immortal? However, my mortal mother named me Darren? We'll go with Darren. Now may I have your hand? No. Sorry, my mother told me not to offer my hand to strangers or any other parts of me, sir. Oh, your highness. I don't want to offer him my hand because, like, I don't know. It just feels too fast. I barely know this guy. All I know is his name and his other name, and that he may be immortal. And he can do this creepy thing with his face where he just, like, makes it disappear into the darkness except for his eyes, which is freaky. So I'm gonna say no for now, respectfully. He bursts into genuine booming laughter. Okay, he's got sharp teeth. What if I gave him my hand and he bit it off? Your mother was truly a wise woman. Okay, at first I kind of was into it. I thought, you know, he's got an interesting get-up. He seems confident, but now he's just kind of doing my head in. Like, what is he talking about? Polite people never risk anything. No friends, no enemies. How is that interesting? Imagine how wonderful it would be if we became enemies. Those would be the most interesting few seconds of my no thank you. Or friends. Then it would be a delightful eternity. Can you pay for your petrol or whatever it is you've come here for and leave? Whoa. Honestly, I'm ready to become anything for tips. Offer him a friendly pinky finger. All lovers wink. What are these options? What do I pick? Well, I don't like this. It's very desperate to say I'm ready to become anything for tips. Because no, let's ignore the desperate option. I don't want to touch this guy, and I don't want to wink at him. Okay, sure, why not? Oh, we caught him off guard. He blinks once, twice. What a delightful little twist in our script. Did I just fluster him? My sunshine. My sunshine, you burned me. I'm stealing that one. Such bravery to flirt with someone who can turn your bones into licorice with a snap of his fingers. So let's finally get to the purpose of my visit. Thank you. Finally, correct. It's completely unknown to me. You serious? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Oh, for crying out loud. There's nothing interesting in the assortment of this pathetic shack, except for you, so I'm buying your time. Let's have dinner. I'm sure you must be hungry. Oh no. Allow me to create a more pleasant atmosphere for us. Seems like I'm sitting at a table. Much better. Won't you agree? Couldn't be better. It's beautiful here. And strange. Is this your home? I prefer to the dump. Well, maybe. I'm just gonna play along and hope that he, lets me go back to my job. Words of a true poet, Synthra. My two favorite categories, strange and beautiful. This place is much more than a home. It's my cage and my greatest canvas for creativity. Every ugly tree, every mad toad, every eye-bearing mushroom, it's all a piece of me. A marvelous place, except when the rocks grow legs and start running. What are we talking about? Including those that people make their homes out of. The rocks? And now you're part of this place too, isn't it wonderful? Can I go back? I'm slowly getting used to the landscape. The fireflies here are quite charming, but it'd be better without that frog with a human face. I agree. It's really unsettling. The frog notices me too. It lets out a sad croak and then looks at me with an expression of deep existential despair. I don't want to talk about the frog. Oh, are we going to talk about it anyway? Darren seems to notice my discomfort anyway. His gaze follows mine until it too lands on the strange frog. Seems you've noticed my pal, Lorray. Yep, I see him, and he sees me. He's looking right at me. That's Lorray, one of the brave souls who dared to challenge my authority. my dear friend who once walked the path of adventure. No, he's gonna turn me into a frog. That's like my worst nightmare. I'm actually scared of frogs. I don't want to be turned into one. However, he didn't foresee the possibility of being turned into a frog on a whim. He even tried to wield a sword with his tiny froggy legs, fought to the end, a true warrior. Now, however, his foes are mosquitoes and bigger frogs than that. Get me out of here. I'm being so serious. Get me out of here. Tell me, dear, does he bother you? His little existential froggy crisis, I mean. Is it ruining the ambience? Yes. It is. He looks at me with an interest. Yes. Yes. Yes, please disintegrate him. Hold on. I don't want to make a decision yet. What exactly did Lorraine do? Yes, please disintegrate him. Can you remove him gently? He's soft enough. I don't mind, Lorraine. No, I want him to watch. I don't want to say please disintegrate him because what if he's like, psych, Lorraine's actually my best friend, why would you want that? So I'm just going to ask if he can be removed gently. What a soft heart you have. My father used to say a soft heart means soft brains, but I find all those things soft quite charming. Let Lorraine land on something soft, and it won't even be a big soft snake. Well, I'd actually be okay with that. He's gone. Yay. Okay, so dinner. I'm sure you must be starving. Traveling between realities must be exhausting. What is that? This looks strange, but it smells delicious. Meat with honey? And next to the meat, a purple soup, possibly made from a less fortunate cashier. Whether the food is poisoned or not, if I refuse, His Highness might turn me into a frog too, so I pick up a fork from the table. And this is the most delicious thing I've ever tasted. It's 100 times better than those cheap instant noodles I usually buy in supermarkets. Even the fact that I'm currently in some other universe surprisingly doesn't seem to harm my appetite. It seems you enjoy our cuisine. My chefs have always managed to cook well on those occasions when I noticed it. You have chefs? Wait, is that your castle back there? He did say he was a king. By the way, how does the meat taste? Oh god. Is the human flesh tender enough? There's no way he fed me human. What? I should have seen this coming. I'm actually ashamed of myself. I don't know how the thought didn't cross my mind that obviously we would be eating human. My fork freezes halfway. Vomit. Why the hell is there human flesh on my plate? Swallow with difficulty. Yes, thank you. Quite tender. Not as tasty as the one I had the other day before yesterday. Chew while looking him in the eye. You're the law here? We most certainly are not the law here. He turned a person into a frog. In this scenario, I really don't want to insult him by screaming or throwing up. So I'm just gonna thank him for the cannibalism. And while most ladies would faint or have a fit, you mind your manners. Charming. But don't worry, my polite what do you call me? My little polite marble statue? Is that foreshadowing as to what he's going to turn me into? It's just venison, as far as I can tell by taste. Not very intelligent. Me? Or the meat? The meat, right? It's definitely not Timmy, our carpenter, who unexpectedly disappeared near the large kitchen cauldron perfectly sized to fit in it. Definitely not. What? So is it I'm so confused. I've personally issued several decrees related to cannibalism, perhaps even concerning its prohibition, but that's besides the point. I'm afraid royal duties awaits me. Our time is up. I shall send you back. Thank you. I squeeze my eyes shut. Where's my tip jar? tip jar! It's full of money. It was all worth it. Greetings, organism. How is your work progressing? Good timing, Bob. I just got back from being in a different dimension or something. I see the first transaction was successful. Acceptable. This still doesn't save you from the threat of cleaning sanitary facilities, but it's a wonderful starting point for your entire tiny life. Can I quit? My very first client sent me to another dimension and nearly turned me into a cash register. Interdimensional travel is an unconventional interaction with a client. Well, it wasn't my fault. But if it positively accepts the profit per minute ratio, then it is within acceptable limits. Goodbye. Your tentacles shine particularly... No, I'm not saying that, because I don't believe that. His tentacles aren't shining at all. My mind departs from you and the organic form follows. Okay, bye. Alright, where's our next client at? Steps. Another visitor. This one decided to come in through the door for a change. Oh. Is he bleeding? He seems unwell. I hope he doesn't knock over my shelves of shampoo with jojoba oil and delicate lilies on his way. Oh. Hello? He's not just unwell, he looks like hell. Literally. All the skin on the left side is torn off from his jaw to his temple. I swallow nervously. What kind of meat grinder has this guy been through? He looks like someone who could rip me apart if he doesn't like what he hears. I need to be careful if I don't want to become the next victim. You look like the Terminator at the end of the second movie, buddy. The Terminator who just wrecked my entire floor. Give him a thumbs up? How's life, sir? Well, it's hard to imagine how the other fighter looks. When will the Lord take my sinful soul? Break down in tears. You don't want to work here anymore. It's hard to imagine how the other guy looks. He lets out a gurgling, raspy laugh. Oh, he liked it. You don't want to know what the other fighter looks like. Honestly, I really don't want to know. My inner archive labeled, I don't want to know this, is at risk of bursting from overflow tonight. I need blood. Not mine, respectively. He tried to smile. It would be charming if he still had all necessary muscles for that. Now it will haunt me in my nightmares, among other things, like that picture there. The client pauses again to briefly clear his throat. We don't do transfusions here. No IV dip drips, discount rot. How about tomato juice, strong vintage? Let me see what we have. We don't do transfusions here. Whoa. He suddenly leans forward, boring into me with his remaining eye. Go and find me some goddamn blood. Okay. A strange pressure builds in my head, and the edges of my vision blur. An unyielding command blossoms in the center of my mind. I don't know why, but I feel an incredibly strong urge to find blood. Right now. Okay, I found some blood. You already? His voice carries genuine surprise and clear relief. Well, good thing you weren't wandering around for half an hour. Bring it here. My client finishes the jar and then grimaces. Ugh, crying out loud. What the hell is this crap? He reads the note on the jar. Michael. Well, you were a lucky guy, Michael. Too bad I can't kill him a second time. Tastes like a happy family, a successful career, a retirement account, and this jerk probably never even had cockroaches. I'm not gonna say anything. This guy got angry at me when I made a joke. Cool that you found human blood. Good job. You're sharp. I'm going to wash my dirty face. Don't get bored. While he's not here, I have the perfect opportunity to wipe away the bloodstains. Is he not going to pay me for the blood that I gave him? Oh, wait, what? He was like missing a part of his face before. He's looking so much fresher with the second half of his face, although his expression still resembles that of a constipated owl. I'll just stand here for a while, okay? Take a little break. Besides, there's nobody here with you right now. Please don't. That's really creepy. And just so you know, if you try to contact the werewolves, I'll take your head and crush it like a walnut. Is this guy a vampire? I'm David, but... A vampire? I knew it. What an incredibly interesting way to start an acquaintance, especially that part about the walnut. David slightly grimaces as he moves his hand. Damn mutts. Probably not all wounds have healed completely. Does being a vampire doctor fall under my duties? I think Bob said it was mandatory. Let me help. I don't want to help you, but my employment contract... Okay, we're not saying that. He looks at me skeptically. The offer of help is probably so foreign and unexpected to him that it leaves him momentarily dumbfounded. You... what? You want to play nurse? A flicker of confusion is replaced by something more intense. 4 against 1 in a narrow alley. You know, there's a myth about werewolves being damn noble, unlike us bloodsuckers. Well, that's a load of crap. One of them was hiding in the trash can, ready to jump out at me. My heart would have definitely stopped dead, if it even still beat. It would have just ripped apart from a friggin' heart attack. I'm afraid I'll never be able to take out the trash again without fearing for my life. Judging by that distant look, he's plagued by flashbacks of what he's been through. David awkwardly moves his injured arm. Alright, hand over your first aid kit. I'm sure this won't be the last pack I'll have to take down. There are way too many stray dogs around these days. Damn you. Go ahead. Get out your band-aids with Dr. Chocula or whatever you're selling. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hello? I did not realize that this is what I was signing up for. I thought we were just bandaging up, like, your forearm, not your chest. He certainly looks like he was just thrown into a blender, judging by those bullet scars. What bullet scars? He has had quite an interesting past, or maybe he was attacked by a werewolf cowboy with guns. More likely the former. By the way, I didn't know that corpses have doctors too. I thought the only available doctor to me now was the coroner. I'm rummaging through the necromancy kit that was sitting under the counter. It's a heavy military-style metal box with a faded label reading Kit for Alternatively Living Organisms. Inside, besides standard bandages, there are some strange items. Silver tweezers, vials of thick glowing liquid, additional fingers, and of course, an instruction manual. A cheap laminated brochure stained with something that looks like coffee. I read through what medication I need and grabbed the regenerating extract for alternatively living life forms. Now all that's left to do is apply this stuff. I dip my fingers into the jar and... whoa. Suddenly he grabs my hand. Do something wrong and I'll rip your tonsils out. Okay, relax. Say in a calm, icy tone, allow me to do my job, sir. I will be extremely careful. If you touch me, my boss will rip your soul out. No. If you know you have... okay. You know you have this fantastic talent for coming up with threats. You could write scripts for action movies. No way. I'm a pathetic, miserable, harmless cashier. You could write scripts for actions movies. What? Oh, he liked that? Well, I suppose it's just a matter of experience, probably. And you, well, watch what you're doing, or there'll be consequences. It seems he just heard the best compliment of his life. Whoa! What is that? I apply the black goo to the wound. A puff of steam rises from the wound, and the air starts to smell like something is frying. It's probably very painful, but David remains calm. Not a single complaint, which is surprising. I hope it's not from your squid manager. Well, we all hope for that, buddy. Oh! I finish up. Surprisingly, the wounds really are healing. The scars won't beautify this man. Why are you doing all this? It's in my job description. He's driving me crazy, even more than that clown from earlier, it seems. That's true. He is driving me crazy. But maybe not in the way that this game wrote it. I just want to help, lie, you want tips, and to go home, play The Sims and watch stupid shows. I just want to help. Truth, you're an angel of mercy from the dirty gas station. These are my work obligations. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't bother with you. No, I just want to help. Why? David is confused. In sense of beliefs, action always equals benefit. I'm throwing a wrench into this flawless, long-running mechanism. I can't watch someone... What? What? Okay. We picked the right thing. Even though in our heart, that's what we wanted to pick, we picked the right thing. Wow. God bless your noble heart. He shifts awkwardly. Clearly he's uncomfortable and unaccustomed to being the object of compassion, so he immediately hides behind yet another sarcastic comment. But what can I do? I feel sorry for every little kitten on the street. Sometimes I even feel sorry for the especially large, nasty, troublesome kittens. Thank you. What? Am I hearing things? I thought he didn't know such words. I'm even afraid to breathe so I don't scare off this rare, exotic display of politeness. He says that word as if he's pronouncing it for the first time in his life. I wouldn't be surprised if that's actually the case. Just a couple more seconds and he's back in front of the counter with his shirt on. Thank goodness. So the client is fed, clean and healed, and yet he's still here, not putting any money on the counter, and the tip jar is lacking. Oh. Look at him, he's so scared. We hear a wolf howling. Look at him! Oh my gosh, he looks terrified. I don't even have time to blink before David vanishes. Now he's a little bat hiding behind the counter. Listen up, don't say anything about me. Sit tight and behave. Trust me, if you rat me out to that mutt, I'll find a way to get out and twist your head off. The threat in his voice is completely lacking, mostly because his voice now comes from a very small, though very angry bat. Alright, show me this werewolf. Oh! He's huge. He's ginormous. Oh, hello. Good evening, ma'am. Hi. He's so big. A low rumbling bass, surprisingly calm and friendly. Can I pet you? I'm listening, sir. Apologies for this sudden intrusion, Edward. You can just call me Eddie. We're chasing down a certain pest. You haven't seen a vampire around here by chance, have you? You know, young, a bit scruffy, wearing a leather jacket. You see, here's the story. One of our packs nearly took out a vampire sire and his offspring a few hours ago. It was a tough battle. We suffered losses. We tried to track them and found one of them. Well, more like a pile of ash where he once lay. It seems one bloodsucker offed the other when he was weakened. Their family values are quite lacking. Oh, so David killed another vampire is I guess what he's saying. So I would be extremely grateful for any help. Don't give David away. Blackmail David, slowly glancing at the tip jar, then briefly meet David starts hitting you as a tip. Grab David and hand him over to the werewolf. Let the wolf leave a tip. No, I'm going to hint that David needs to give me a tip. Look at his face. The bat nervously swallows and slowly nods his head. He fully understands my threat. I force a smile and say I haven't seen anything. A quiet, peaceful night. Eddie examines me closely. He's probably catching a faint sniff of blood, but my calm demeanor throws him off. Strange. All okay? If he shows up, just give a whistle. We won't far away from here. Good night, ma'am. Good night, sir. The werewolf goes off on his important werewolf business. Tip. In that jar. In that jar. Just plop. Right in there. if you will. He throws a few bills into the jar. Oh yeah, here's your damn money. Choke on it. He leaves without saying goodbye. Was it not the only option that I had? The other two were quite literally give him away. Were they not? I can't tell if he's mad because a mortal swindled him like a sucker, or because I saw him at a moment of weakness. Will his fragile ego survive this blow? Maybe I'll find out. Either way, there's one less vampire at the gas station, and my tip jar has more money in it. Oh, hello? This is definitely not another vampire. The stranger leans against the counter, trying to look casual, but the way his tail twitches betrays his nervous tension. Hello, babe. My name is Victor. Aren't your parents pirates by any chance? What? Frown at him, waiting for him to finally say what he's going to... Is this like a setup for some kind of pickup line he's trying to do? No, sir, my parents are not pirates. Aren't your parents farmers by any chance? You mean, are they rich pirates who could pay for me if you kidnapped me? Please, sir, don't. I think he's trying to set up a pickup line. So I'm gonna say no, my parents are not pirates, to try and like help him finish what he's trying to say. I can almost read in his eyes. I've practiced it so many times and I'm still stumbling. Yeah, I thought so. He breathes and fits and starts to focus a nervous, trembling smile. It's very surprising that they aren't pirates because you're a real gem, miss. You illuminate this dirty gas station with your glow. I mean, you clean it very well. There's not a complaint to you, it's just forget it. You're a gem. Let's just leave it at that. Stare at him? No, we're gonna smile at him. He's doing good. I give him a light, hesitant smile. It's a bit awkward, a bit forced, but undoubtedly encouraging. Victor awkwardly smiles back, wagging his tail a little. I really wish that humans had tails. Like, imagine telling someone that they did a good job, and like their face and the way that they speak, they're like, yeah, whatever, like, I know, like, I don't care, but their tail is like wagging like crazy. Like, would that not be like cute? He's incredibly happy that I didn't start an exorcism ritual. Didn't call security, though. There's probably none anyway. Or worst of all, the security of this establishment is my responsibility. Then his smile gradually fades and he looks away nervously. May I... Why did he get a heart there? I didn't even say anything. May I ask a question? His face is burning. Victor takes another deep, frantic breath. His stomach is growling so horribly. I hope the guy's okay. Is it really that bad? I mean, is my flirting technique really that terrible? No! It's so good. This was the worst day of my life to have ears. Well, it could have been better. No! I liked it. This might be the best compliment he's heard in his life. Probably the only one. You liked it? His voice mixes surprise, disbelief, and a shy glimmer of joy. I'm glad you like awkwardness, because I have plenty of it. You probably noticed. I relate, Victor. It's okay. Right off the bat. Is it really written on my face? Actually, I initially chose this tactic to charm you, miss. Of course, everything went according to plan. Is he an incubus? Is that what this is? Victor suddenly remembers he came here to buy something. However, my visitors rarely recall that. I need a book. From here? Victor scans my stinking supernatural realm of discount rot and chocolate bars. It's a guide for, well, you know, succubi and incubi. I can't remember what it's called, but I've definitely heard something about it. Could you take a look? It's not for me. It's definitely not for me. It's for my less experienced friend, because I'm, employee of the month in my layer. He didn't specify whether he was the worst or the best employee of the month. Well, life forced harvesting for dummies or something like that. I hear him mumbling quietly to himself. Oh, hello. asks me to read the book with him. We find a cozy spot next to the counter. I pull the grimoire closer. Victor flips through the grimoire, reading the chapter titles. Techniques of rogue seduction, juicy emotional juices. That's disgusting. I just want to not starve without energy and maybe pay my rent. I don't need to be the lusty cousin of Doctor Strange. His finger finally jabs at a random chapter title somewhere in the middle. Love letters. It seems completely and irrevocably outdated, especially that part about carrier pigeon colours. Love letters? Who writes love letters anymore? This should apply to text messages now, right? But this is a good start. Let's work on this before moving on to more complex seduction methods. He pulls out a pen from somewhere, a cheap ballpoint with a little anime cat charm on the end. That's so cute. I hand him a grease-stained napkin, like everything in this rotten place. This book says to convey aching adoration and a hint of forbidden desire. Victor starts scribbling something on the napkin. What? What is that? Okay. Any attraction that I had for Victor, gone. No, Vic, try again. Yeah, I guess this really isn't the most aching thing in the world. Oh, it's definitely aching, just not the aching that you're looking for. He takes a less greasy napkin from me and starts drawing again. What about this? Will you marry me in a funny kitty? Wonderful. That lonely pain-filled tear is like the cherry on top. Check the... That's Riz. Yeah, we're gonna check the yes box. Victor's mind is now a blue screen of death. This probably means the picture turned out well, right? With a trembling hand, he takes the drawing for himself. If my client gets a heart attack, Bob will probably kill me. Victor continues to flip through the book, recognizing the desires of the vessel. I really want to read this book. I would love a copy. He scans the first few lines of text. It's all about observing subtle hints, interpreting body language, and engaging in candid conversations to uncover the special nature of mortal carnal desires. He glances at me. What does the vessel Synthra want? The vessel wants money, the vessel wants stable mental health, the vessel wants fame, love, and adoration. No, the vessel wants a simple human sofa and cuddles on it. What is a human sofa? The vessel wants to leave work as soon as possible. Let's not linger, young man. What is a human sofa? What does that mean? What is that? Like a human sofa as in a sofa made of human or a sofa made by human? I'm gonna take my chances and go with this one. Oh, great. And pizza, right? Yes, definitely pizza. In his eyes is genuine sympathy and an understanding of every delicate string of my unfortunate lonely soul. This is going really well. That's honestly quite a simple desire. I think if the criteria for the second person on the couch aren't too strict, I could easily I feel like this is going really good. Though sometimes I comment too loudly on what's happening on screen. I hope that's not too much of a problem. I do the same thing. Sometimes you just can't help but make a stupid comment. 10, 20, and 5 minutes. Especially when you know some facts about the movie. That's so true. We continue to study this villainous seduction manual. Victor clears his throat. His gaze slides over me, trying to latch onto something particularly attractive about my appearance. What does he come up with? You have a very elegant ear shape. Is that all you could come up with? No, you. God, why me? Thanks, Victor. No problem. I mean, they really are. They have a very elegant curve, aesthetically pleasing, 11 out of 10 on the ear attractiveness scale. Okay, that's nice. How about the rest of my face? Ears on my head are an 11 out of 10. Will there ever be a happier day in my life? He takes a deep breath, gathering his courage for another compliment. For a while, he tries to find some foothold to latch onto, but he can't seem to find the words. You are a very multifaceted person. You combine so much. I don't know how exactly to describe it. He lets out a quiet chuckle. But I like that you're so unpredictable. A lot of stress, of course, but it's incredibly fun. You just call me stressful? What the heck? Now my unpredictability is a source of stress for someone else. How wonderful. Yeah, what the heck? It's not a compliment. Smile, that wasn't bad. Shake your head, he needs to try harder. I guess we'll just smile at him. He smiles gently in response. Despite everything, he starts to relax. He's probably beginning to feel more comfortable around me. I would have never thought a monster would have to struggle with discomfort from interacting with a mortal soul and not the other way around. Oh, look! Is this us? How to be a mirror. I didn't know we could change. Oh, it's metaphorical. The text describes the principle of mirroring, subtly borrowing mannerisms, speech patterns, and even expressed opinions of the victim to create a sense of closeness and understanding. The path of least resistance to gaining mortal attachment. Oh no, what about all that stuff about just be yourself and everything will work out? My mom lied to me, didn't she? With similar interest, what are ordinary people like? Football and the weather? Definitely not anime and Dark Souls. Discussing the brilliant soundtrack of Silent Hill with people is a bad idea, that's for sure. Right, practice. The book says practice is the key to success. We can talk about anime. I don't like football or the weather. Play along with me, please. Like we just met. Oh. What is that face? Beautiful mortal soul. I have appeared to you in half dreams so many times, but I finally decided to find you in reality. I won't let you go so easily again. Oh. Even though the words aren't the most elegant, there's something supernatural about them. I still begin to feel a pull. A shiver runs down my spine. Come on, you don't have to pretend to get close to someone to make friends. I'd love to talk about Silent Hill soundtrack. Give in to the feeling. Let's just leave it at that. No! Let's talk about the Silent Hill soundtrack. Victor's carefully crafted seductive expression shatters into pieces. His eyes widen, he blinks several times, and his gaze ignites with pure delight. Do you really want to talk about Akira Yamaoka's industrial soundscapes? And how they create an all-encompassing sense of psychological horror that reflects the protagonist in a turmoil? Because I mean, the use of trip-hop elements in the Silent Hill 3 soundtrack is criminally underrated. Criminally! Yes, model, your interests and such. What is this word? Esoteric melodies is quite intriguing. He chuckles softly. But you're right, pretending is very exhausting. You can never truly be close to someone if you're always pretending. Though, I don't really need to do that, right? I just need juicy, sweet emotions. I mean, who am I kidding? I'm the most pathetic incubus in the world. I need more than just that. He's flipping through the treatise a bit longer before letting out a sigh. His stomach growls again. It seems he could use an emotional snack. Are we the snack? I think that's what we're leading up to, is he's going to feed off our emotions. I think we've covered up all the important stuff. I suppose it's time to wrap things up. Well, to be honest, I didn't really understand much. Those chapters are so strange. He lets out a quiet chuckle. But you know what? It was great. And I haven't had this much fun in a while. Don't leave. I think I even ate properly. Finally. Positive energy, I mean. Thanks for the lunch. I'm not sure if I need to pay for that too, but I'll leave some money just in case. His tail twitches awkwardly. I haven't really interacted with people since college killed my will to live. It felt strange not to feel like such an idiot around someone. Thank you very much. Don't leave. Don't. Please. Please. The clown and the vampire is gonna come back and I don't want them. I'll take you. He tosses some money into the jar and takes a deep breath and adds, and maybe someday we could like, hang out together? Not as a lesson, just play some silly games, like friends? Why, again with the buddy? Why not as friends? We could make it a date? A date? His tail starts wagging wildly, knocking over 3 bags of chips, a can of soda, and a bottle of Gloomy D. I'm in, of course, I'm ready. He struggles to rein in the flow of enthusiasm and takes a frantic breath. See you then. Goodbye. Good luck with your shift. It was nice to meet you. The gas station returned to silence, broken only by the hum of refrigerators and my own 2 loud thoughts. So, a crazy god, a vampire thug, and a shy incubus walk into a gas station. Sounds like the start of a really bad joke. My life is now a joke. Just great. Organism. Oh no. I jumped in place, nearly dropping everything. Organism, your performance has exceeded all my algorithmic predictions by 47.3%. You are not just an organism, you are an efficient, flawless machine for generating currency. Can I be honest, that's my goal in life. All I want to be is an efficient, flawless machine for generating currency. I am feeling an emotion your kind describes as managerial pride. If you keep up the good work, the possibility of receiving a 25-cent bonus will become not just hypothetical, but quite real. Go, organism, restore your energy resources and return for further exploitation. What a relief. He vanishes as suddenly as he had appeared, leaving nothing but ringing silence behind. I stood for a few seconds, processing what I'd heard, then I slowly turned the key in the lock. Click. First shift completed. I survived. And now I can do anything, which means... Wait, what? Call Victor, return to the store to Bob. A romantic evening awaits you. Return home. I do not want a romantic evening with Bob. He pays me $6 an hour. I'm gonna call Victor. Victor promises to come faster than the wind. True to his word, when his car pulls up into the parking lot, he nearly knocks over a trash bin. My bad. It's an old, well-maintained car, clearly inherited from his grandfather. Inside, it's warm and smells nice. His apartment is exactly as I imagined. A bit cluttered, but cozy. Oh. And soon I get humiliated by the very first boss. Victor sits next to me, laughs. It's not that you're bad at this, as you say. It's just that I'm a nerd with a whole lot of free time. Why is the gnome here? Why is the gnome from my job here? His fingers glide effortlessly over the buttons. I feel at ease. For the first time in a long while. No fear, no tension. Just 2 people playing video games. Rest my head on his shoulder. That's cute. Aww. He freezes for a second, then a blush appears on his violet cheeks. He coughs awkwardly but doesn't pull away. Instead, he gently leans his head towards mine. You've made me so happy in just one evening, and I'll do everything I can to make you happy. Aww. I close my eyes, listening to the quiet clicking of buttons. My incubus partner. My partner is an incubus, and he's better at Souls-like games than I am. For now. Something very interesting is definitely happening with my life. That was so cute. Oh, I'm really happy with that ending. I think if we ended up with that clown god guy, I don't know, I feel like we would have definitely ended up as a frog somehow. Or if we didn't end up as a frog, we would end up like spending the rest of our life just kind of tiptoeing around his whims. And the vampire guy, I mean, the only negative thing about him is he had a really big ego problem, which I think would have gotten really annoying to deal with after a while. So I think out of everyone, and apparently Bob was an option. I could have gone and had a romantic evening with Bob. I know that's definitely some people's cup of tea. It's not mine. He's not human-shaped enough, I think, is my issue with Bob. And you know what, you also shouldn't do things like that with your manager. But I think Victor was definitely, out of everybody, the best choice. I think we were the absolute most similar. If you're interested in me figuring out what the other endings look like, let me know down in the comments. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, afternoon, evening, night, whatever. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!